Welcome to a new market update, and this time we're doing it from the south of the Netherlands as we've got some TV stuff coming up once again. Bitcoin is actually doing quite fine at this point as the markets are just consolidating, and that is fine. What are the altcoins doing? Some are popping left and right, but overall the altcoins are still waiting for a potential consolidation for Bitcoin or more clarity to see what's happening at this stage. So, before we go to continue and discuss Bitcoin and Ethereum, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and do not forget to like this YouTube update as I'm providing daily market updates and also more and more educational and fundamental content. Looking at the markets right now with Bitcoin, we are facing this slight resistance zone here, which is important to watch. As that one breaks, the chances that we're going to accelerate once again towards the upper side of the range, which is around 60k to 59k, is there. What is going to happen when we accelerate from that period is that altcoins are most likely going to suffer once again in their Bitcoin pairs. And yes, we've got some outliers which are still doing fine. For instance, Elrond is doing great as the correlation overall is dropping a little bit. But the majors are the key to watch. So we have to watch Ethereum against Bitcoin and Cardano against Bitcoin to establish or see whether we are actually going to see strength in the altcoins or not. And right now, the Bitcoin pairs are just dropping. So, looking at the Bitcoin USDT pair, we are currently seeing resistance and we are consolidating at this point. We've also stated that what is the level that we should be watching if we are going to get any correction at this point is that you clearly do not want to see the price of Bitcoin drop too fast or too deep, given the strength in the markets overall, and especially given the previous runs, which generally do not give any opportunity at all to get back into the markets. We've been discussing that topic previously. So if you want to get into the markets at this point, you generally just want to DCA and already buy in, as what is the overall limit that you're going to have for the downside risk. Assuming that the markets don't really want to lose any range between 47 to 48k, the downside that you can have at this stage is approximately 10%. Yes, you could be betting on the fact that we're going to have a drop all the way towards the green zone. However, how convincing can that be if there is just another level that we should be watching too, and that is around 51 and around 52k, and there's always a barely any corrective move if you look back in history if Bitcoin starts to trend upwards. And we have seen those breakouts happening here. No clear retest taking place at all, after which a breakout towards the upside continued to be happening, and the actual breakout of the altcoin started to happen when Bitcoin broke past the all-time high. Most likely we're going to copy paste that structure. I think at this stage we might be getting a corrective move all the way towards 51k. But if we're going to have continuation to the upside, altcoins are going to suffer at this point, which might be a little bit painful if you're into some positions of them. So when we are looking at the markets at this stage, levels that we should be watching, that is this zone on the downside. We are also looking at resistance here around a 55k. If that one breaks, the next resistance zone is quite fine and established around 60k to 62k. That is the effect on the daily time frame. Looking at the smaller time frames, we can't really see any support level base there. We're just holding the support low. I think that if we're going to lose that level around 53.8, you can clearly see that the next level of support that you should be looking at is the range around 51.8. But as you can see, only any corrective move and already trying to break back up. What we might be seeing is some fuckeries during the weekend in which we move past this point around the previous high, take the liquidity there, reverse, consolidate a little bit more before we're going to continue the upwards grind. Looking at Ethereum against Bitcoin, it's literally the opposite of what Bitcoin against USDT is doing at this point. So we have been discussing this topic. We have been saying, okay, we are seeing lower highs and lower lows, and through that we're going to have a break into the downside. What is the level that I want to see Ethereum flip? I would clearly want to see it flip this level. What do I mean by flipping? I mean that you want to see a break above this resistance zone and then bounce back on it. So even if we break through it, we still have to face the recent lower high, which is around 0.071. And if that one doesn't provide any resistance, then we are going to reverse the trend. And then we're clearly in an uptrend again. And then we might be flipping or creating ourselves a higher low, through which this becomes a fake out to the downside. Overall, right now, I'm looking at a bearish correction on Ethereum against Bitcoin, and we might be facing any further corrective move during the coming 6 to 8 weeks if Bitcoin is going to continue grinding towards the all-time high, or maybe even anything around 75K before having a slight corrective move, and then the party starts in December and January. So yes, altcoins can move left and right, but for Ethereum against Bitcoin, it's very important to flip this level. If that doesn't happen and Bitcoin is going to run towards 57K today or 55 today, I'm assuming that the Bitcoin pair is going to be consolidating or even correcting some more. And that's what you can also be seeing on other altcoins at this stage. As for instance, Cardano clearly has to break this level around 4,700 sats in order to become bullish once again. Until then, I'm going to be waiting to clearly get a bottoming confirmation on ADA, through which we can get a potential bullish divergence or retest of some lower levels. I hope you have enjoyed this small update. I'll be back later today with a fresh new one regarding some altcoins. Don't forget to subscribe, enjoy your day, and I'll see you again soon.